Let me share your screen. All right, there's the Chameleon landing page. How are you doing, my friend?
Good morning, Will. How are you?
Great.
Good.
Sounding pretty good for someone who's been sick. It's only
Yeah, I'm trying to get over the cold, like over Thanksgiving. It was, all of a sudden, the first day of Thanksgiving, I started feeling like, whoa, um, getting over it. I feel better, but my voice
yeah,
still
you can
sucks.
still hear it in your voice. Well, it's good to
Yeah,
have you back, my friend. Let's
thank you.
go.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Let me come to my screen, and today what we'll do is take a look at um, our multi-leg trade screener. And the idea here is when, as traders, Um, a lot of times traders concentrate on spread trades, and spread trades offer unique ways of trading options that express different viewpoints. It could be, calendar spreads, call spreads, um, butterflies, but here you're more strategized. It's a little bit more sophisticated because you're using multi-leg options. You're looking for ways to uh, minimize some risks by spreading your trade um, using multiple options. And when you're doing that, you might put aside these single leg trades. You don't buying calls or puts and looking just specifically at multi-leg trades and what's going on. And um, one of the first questions is just to see what are the highest volume option spreads trading, right? Just like if you would look at single leg trades and you're analyzing the markets and your first intuition as well, where are some of the high volume trades? What are some of the biggest trades? What are people looking at? What are they showing interest in? um, what type of insights can it gain? And to do that, we need a tool to help us parse the option trades and take those trades that are designated as multi-leg trades, kind of piece them together and try to figure out what's the most likely spread here. Okay, because the spread trades themselves, you get some of the information that here are legs of belonging to a multi-leg trade, but then they leave it up to the trader, the person, the analyst, the research to figure out what's going on. And there's so many of them that having a tool to help us try to assemble and make those interpretations makes it much quicker. So in order to do that, we have this multi-leg trade screener tool, Market Chameleon, that helps us parse the tape and make those interpretations. Now, to find them, you could go up here under screeners and under multi-leg trades. You have multi-leg trade screener. You also have it for index options, but let's just look at the multi-leg trade screener that are not indexes like SPX, VIX. So here we come to a screener that has, you could see, we have over 6,476 pages of multi-leg trades. You could tab them through. This is right now showing us the top 5. You could change that and you could tab through like this to keep going, or we could just use these filters to narrow them down. The default here is they're sorted by the highest volume contracts, the most option contracts involved in the trade. So here at HYG, you can see involved 200,000 option contracts. And the way it would look on the tape here in an HYG, we see that there's one trade in this particular spread, 200,000 contracts, and it happened at 12:09:45. So if we open this up, we'll get more details. And so I'm going to drill down. Here's the trade. This is what it would look like in the details. If I click on these two, here's the trade. One is January 16th, 75 put. and then the December 19th 75 put. So we could see that the two legs, they're both a put, same strike, but different expirations. Well, because there's different expirations, that's a calendar spread, right? The most likely thing is that, okay, that looks like a calendar spread. You have the same strike, same option type, different expirations. Well, what can that be? That looks like a calendar spread. We also have this condition that there's a stock contingency. Well,
Hey D, sorry to interrupt. We have someone come in. Could you just guide us through how you got to the screener again?
yeah, so up top, main menu, click on screeners, go to the right, multi-leg trades, and then
Perfect.
click on that. So this is here giving us, these are the legs of the spread, the volume. And then once we detect it, we come up top here to describe, well, what do we think this is, right? So I'm going to close these details. So in HYG, we see yesterday, so we're not open yet. This is pre-market, so this is looking at all of yesterday's trades. The highest volume by option contracts was in a spread was HYG, and this looked like a calendar put spread tied to stock, right? So you have to go and find the stock component, which we see is 21,000 shares. So from that perspective, we could interpret that, okay, the biggest, that trade was a calendar spread that looked like it had stock component. Let me just open this up for a second. Of 21,000 shares. So it looks like, let me just see the delta. You have a difference in the delta. There's 100,000 that they're trying to hedge off some of that delta risk by using a stock component, stock contingency. Okay. I'm going to close that. Let me just come back up here. So then we could just simply go down the line, because the interpretation here is helping us out to quickly see, like, what do we think the most likely strategy is, given what we're looking at on the trade. Okay. Here, KWEB, this looks like a call spread, right? If we open it up, the March 20th, 39.44 call spread. The days to expiration on it are 107. So this is a longer term call spread. It's not something that's expiring soon, like tomorrow or next week. You have 107 days. It's $5 strikes between the two call spreads. This is the traded VWAP price with the bid and offer at the time and reference price in the stock. So we could see here that it traded 20 times. Okay, so this is telling us that it wasn't one time that we detected this particular spread. It happened throughout the day multiple times. The first trade we detected was at 11:26:42 a.m. The last one 3:26:11 p.m. for a total amount of 122,478 contracts. So this actually was a recurring trade. Didn't all happen in one block. Throughout, it happened many times throughout the day, 20 different times. Let's see how that looks like. We could open it up. And here are 20 trades at 3:26:11, a total of 120 contracts traded for price of 94 cents with the market 89 cents 98, 3:26:11 contracts. So you could see 302.06 for 93 cents, 253.52, 235.52, 93 cents. 20,000 contracts traded at 1:50 p.m. in 2 seconds. So if we wanted just to see that, see 97 cents, the market here, these are the different exchanges it traded on, different stock price references. So if we just go here and open that up, right here, this involved 6 trades that happen really close together. See right here, 102, 150:02, 6:49 p.m. So you can see here, these are the legs, these are the volumes, and this is the exchange. So this takes that for us, parses it into the trade. Okay, and now we have all of these organized for us, so we could see, well, how did it trade? How did it progress? What exchanges? Where did the trade get executed relative to the bids and offers? Okay, the different prices it traded at. All this is now available to us to make quicker analysis, quicker decisions, of potential insights or opportunities that you're looking at, especially if you're a call spread trader or a calendar spread trader, or you trade spreads in general, right? And you're looking at it from the perspective of, well, here are trades that are occurring. I have the information of the executions relative to the markets, the volatilities and so forth. Will, are you? Oh, it sounded like you were asking me something.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. We had a question from Steve, who joined today. He says you have to figure out which side of the trade to take in what context. Obviously, if you're looking at a spread or something that's going on. And since he chimed in, he says he thinks the screener says somewhere if it traded near the bid or the ask, was another question.
Well, yeah. Well, you could see that here, right? So this is the traded price with the bids and offers at the time, right? So here's 5 cents. But yeah, I think that you can filter by trade price versus bid ask. So let's say you were looking for trades that happen on a bid, you can use that filter. So here are trades that are actually these. Let me see. So these are like trades kind of that happen on. So these look like, see how you could sort them. Right. So you can see here, like these are the ones that are happening on the bid, or on the ask, like that, or any. Okay. So yeah, you can filter them that way, sort them that way, if that's what you're looking for, or close to the bid. But the idea there is that you get a sense of where the executions are happening relative to the bids and offers, right? If you're looking for that type of a trade, that gives you more information how to place your own bids and offers, right? So that's the idea behind that.
All right. That was another great webinar, D. Thanks for bringing that to the Chameleon community. It's great to have you back, my friend.
Thanks everyone for joining. Stay safe out there. Have a great trading day, and we hope to see you tomorrow.
We'll see you tomorrow, my friend. Thanks, D. Bye. Hey, everyone. Thanks for joining another Market Chameleon webinar series. Remember to follow and like us on all the social platforms. If you're on YouTube, you can follow and you'll be alerted right away. Make sure you check that box. Anything else, just follow and like. Everyone have a great, safe trading day, and we'll see you tomorrow.